All right, someone quick, give me a cold open for the Bumblebee video.
Bumblebee? More like...
Stumblebee.
I hope not. Oh, I can't do that because my teeth hurt.
Whoa.
We're
I'm
about
fine.
to do a super double feature.
No, it's just a double feature.
Okay.
We're seeing Bumblebee, and then we are seeing Aquaman.
Right, this is for Bumblebee, so let's not talk about Aquaman right now.
We've done trailer breakdowns for both of them, so it is important that...
Yes, we did one about Bumblebee, and you can click on the eye right up there.
Yes.
And you can see it. Everybody just quick go around and talk about your expectations.
I don't have many expectations because I've never seen a Transformers movie. I don't think I am going to be particularly fond of it.
You're correct in that they're not your kind of movie.
Great. Oh, I like Haley Steinfeld, so I'm hoping that she at least entertains me, and she's very nice to look at. I hate John Cena, though.
Personally,
I do not like John Cena. I have met him, and I am not a fan.
Oh.
I have no problem with
sounds awful.
with The Rock wanting to do whatever he wants to do, because I actually think that The Rock has a very good personality. John Cena, I just feel like he's just a wrestler in a movie.
He's discount The Rock.
Now, I know as we mentioned, we already did a trailer review of this movie. We kind of did that one a while ago, and I want to bring attention to the fact that more trailers have come out since. My thoughts on the trailer that we did haven't really changed. You know, I mean, didn't look bad, but I don't have any attachment to the character. I didn't have any attachment to the type of story, but it looked not that bad. The trailers that have come out more recently seem to look, to me, more like dumb Transformers bullshit that the Michael Bay movies do, and that's really something I'm not looking forward to.
When we did the first trailer breakdown, I was the one who wanted to do it. I was really excited about this movie. I don't like Transformers. It's never been my franchise. That being said, I did really like the first Transformers movie. I thought it was a fun movie, and everything after that was crap. But the reason I was looking forward to this is it kind of gives me vibes of like E.T. meets the Iron Giant, at least from that first trailer. As we've gone forward, they've just said, oh, John Cena is in it as the military. Here, all the other Transformers are here too, and I really hope...
I never like when these movies like have to incorporate like a mean military guy. But there's got to be somebody in the military that sucks, that is
going after
the antagonist of the movie.
Right, and it's not like they're the main antagonist either. You know there's going to be an evil Transformer in here. We need a scene where they're all standing in a room with a bunch of screens going, oh, it's not coming up on our readings.
We've never seen anything like this before. So.
I hope that this is better than it looks, and I hope that I come out closer to what I was saying in the trailer breakdown and not what I'm saying right now. So, we just did a double back-to-back movie marathon of Bumblebee and Aquaman. Really, I just wish that we had gone to see Spider-Man again. We're gonna, real quick, just run through Bumblebee because the real event of the night is obviously Aquaman. Overall, I would say the positives of this movie are that if you're a Transformers fan, this is miles ahead of anything Michael Bay ever did. You can see all of the robots fighting, and you can make out what everything's supposed to be. And the relationship between Bumblebee and Charlie is very good, very sweet, and does remind me of both E.T. and the Iron Giant, just like I was hoping.
Well, that's where the movie's at, I think, at its strongest, and to me, the part where it starts to become kind of boring is when they throw in the Decepticons.
My biggest issue is that all my positives only take place over 10 minutes of the movie.
I really did enjoy Bumblebee and the scenes with Bumblebee just like learning to adapt to being on Earth and, you know, trying to figure out what he can do, what he can't do, seeing him being big and clumsy and cute. Kind of like a big puppy. Like, you know, those are the scenes I enjoyed.
And it's unfortunate because none of us are big Transformers people. So, really, it's not our place to say, oh, all this Transformers stuff should not have been in the movie, because clearly that's not who the movie's for. Right. In fact, it's probably a good thing that they do as many Transformers things as they do. You do get a good focus on Transformers and about Cybertron, even without Optimus Prime being in the movie. It's just that, to an outsider, it's not engaging.
I am the outsider here. I haven't seen any of the movie. So I really went into it with a very clear head. It just wasn't for me. This movie should have been separate from any of the other Transformers. Since it's a prequel, since it's setting up, the origin of Bumblebee, it should have been descriptive enough that somebody new, like me, coming in and watching it, didn't need to have any prior knowledge in order to understand what was happening. There were still things happening that, I just didn't understand. And I get that you don't want to have a frame-by-frame breakdown of what the Transformers are, but, you can't just start doing stuff and just being like, oh, they'll know.
Which is interesting, because I 100% agree, but then it's a double-edged sword, because then things that I love, like the Avengers, and even like Aquaman, you can just throw me in, but for some reason with Transformers, I feel like it's not exactly the same.
But that could very easily be our familiarity with the property.
Probably to somebody who grew up with it, seeing Cybertron for the first time, that's probably fucking really cool. But it didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
And then there's another really big problem with this movie, which is John Cena.
Which I knew was going to be the problem before the movie even started.
The problem, I thought about this a lot, and I feel like the problem is that I cannot look at that character and think this is a character in the movie. I look at the character and I think, oh, hey, John Cena. Like, the character in the story, whatever, but, John Cena in this world feels like he doesn't belong.
John Cena's just a guy. There's nothing really spectacular about him. I'm not a WWE fan, so maybe I don't know. But I don't get it.
I thought that even though this movie was based in the 80s, I thought that John Cena was the only character that thought he was actually in an 80s movie, as opposed to everybody else who knew that they were, making a real motion picture. His quips, his, one-liners, his catchphrases were so fucking stupid. Not because I was being told it was funny, but just because it was so lame that it was funny.
You can have the Charlie and the Bumblebee plot be one thing that outsiders can be into. Great. Then you want to have a movie where you have the Transformers and their story be another thing because you need that for the fans. Great. That's where it should end. We don't need this whole thing about, oh, and then the military is here. And it made this movie, especially for a movie that's under 2 hours, very, very crowded. All of this said, I do think this is a step in the right direction. I'll take this over any of the Michael Bay movies any day. I'm sure if I was a Transformers fan, I'd be over the moon right now. I was really disappointed. C+ for me. That's with the caveat of I'm not a Transformers fan, and maybe this is a good movie. And I actually think it's better than most of the Transformers movies.
It kind of was about where I thought it was going to be. It had a little bit less of dumb bullshit than I thought it would, but still. So I'm going to give it a C, which I realize is lower than what you said. But that's just how I feel about it. I'm going to, C.
I didn't enjoy this movie. I don't have a background on Transformers. I do like Haley Steinfeld, though. And I did enjoy Bumblebee. But, I found myself more interested in playing Yahtzee on my phone. I'll give it a D+.
All right.
I'm really sorry if you're a Transformers fan.
Cart's just doing its own thing.
It's a fucking Transformer.
Oh my god.
Good night.